Okay guys, we're right in the middle of a Shark Week shoot. I've got my boy Dickie Shivel right here, working the baits. I got my main man, Andy Casagrande here. He's operating the pole cam. My wife, Donna, is taking still photos. This is how we do it. This is how we do it in Mossel Bay, South Africa right now for Shark Week coming up. You know, during the course of my career at Shark Week, the past 32 years, I've had to wear a lot of hats. A lot of that is out of necessity because you can't travel a huge entourage to these exotic locations. So a lot of times I'm the producer, the director, the cameraman, the writer, the editor, everything. And people ask me, like, what's your favorite job to do on Shark Week? Well, I kind of like doing a lot of those jobs because I'm a bit of a control freak. And I like to have my fingerprints all over the show. Things like accounting, and other people can do that stuff. Oh, the chum bucket, one of our most indispensable and important pieces of gear on our Shark Week shoots, because if we didn't have chum and we didn't have bait, we'd probably never see these sharks. That's the reality of it. They don't just come rolling in for us to film. We have to chum them in, and we use oil and sardines and a really stinky concoction that appeals to them and brings them close to the boat. You see Tony is dumping it out, making a chum line. It goes off into the distance, and any shark in the area is going to come check that out. Well, when you work with sharks, you got to have a lot of patience because they're not on our time schedule. They're on their own schedule, and they come and go as they please. So hopefully, one's going to come up to that bait out there and put on a little show for us, so my man Andy Casagrande can get a good pole cam shot of it.
The pole cam right here, zebra stripe, yum yum yellow.
That's really the coolest pole cam I think we've ever had, and that's an incredible camera that's housed in there. So I have to talk about my favorite Shark Week adventure, my favorite moment in my 32 years of Shark Week, and it's got to be my ride on a craft we call the seal sled, this little metal raft that we tow behind the boat that allows you to get down surface level in the water very close to breaching sharks. And I remember being on the seal sled towing my own little decoy, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, a humongous shark, a shark we all know called Colossus, came flying up right in front of me. It was almost like a Free Willy moment. Up in the air, I just remember looking up and seeing this giant shark belly came crashing down to the water, splashed me. I still get goosebumps when I talk about it. That was really an adrenaline rush. I felt like a Cape Fur seal must feel when they're encountering a great white in the water. I mean, you have no time to react. The shark's breach is so quick, the attack has no warning, and it lasts about 2 seconds. So out of all the adventures I've had diving with sharks and being with sharks, my ride on the seal sled has to be number one. So people often ask me, you know, what came first, your love for wildlife or your love for filmmaking? And I guess it was kind of a combined thing. When I was a kid, growing up watching all these documentaries on TV, the Jacques Cousteau documentaries, Wild Kingdom, and thinking at the time, wow, if I could do that someday, that'd be amazing. Well, the best avenue towards working with the wildlife, I think, is as a filmmaker. And I was lucky, fortunate, blessed, call it what you will, to be able to combine my passion for animals and filmmaking into a career that has spanned, you know, all these decades. I wouldn't trade it for anything. If I could be any shark species, it would have to be great white. They are really the king of the ocean down here. Well, as long as you're not talking about orcas too. But in the shark world, the great white is number one. They're on top. In fact, I've always said that there's great whites up here and all the rest of the sharks are down here in terms of just their raw power and size and their beauty. I really like great whites. They have a lot of personality too. And we see different personalities in every shark that we come across. We have one right here circling the boat that's really shy, won't come to the bait. Sometimes they come roaring in and grab the bait with little or no warning. Great whites are endangered in a lot of places, especially here in South Africa where the orcas have taken their toll on them. But I feel the best way to help preserve these animals is to showcase them and to show their beauty and grace, and then people will naturally want to protect them, because I think it might have been Jacques Cousteau who said that we only protect the things that we love, and if you love sharks, you're going to want to protect them.